Hello, welcome to Three Crows Runes. My name is Jen. Let's do some rune readings. Today we're going on an adventure. We're actually going on 7 adventures, but you don't have to pick all 7. You can just pick the one that is drawing you to it. So we have 7 ribbons. This is exciting. It's like a mystery adventure. Mystery adventure. So we have 7 ribbons. Which of these ribbons has an adventure for you? Because then, just a little bit of a spoiler, you're going to follow this ribbon, you're going to meet an animal companion, and don't be worried if this is not an animal companion that you're used to having. This is just for this adventure. Sometimes animal companions come on for a single thing. So you are then going to dreamlike explore an issue that you are dealing with, perhaps, and the animal companion will give wise advice as you go along, and then we're going to see the outcome, and then you'll be back. But seven options for an adventure today, a mystery adventure. So will you choose the red ribbon, the gold ribbon? I know it looks white, but it's actually gold. The pink ribbon, the plaid ribbon, the blue-ish ribbon. I guess it's sort of blue-green. The blue ribbon, the clear ribbon. Ooh, with the gold, but it's like you can see through it. With the gold lining, or the brown ribbon, which actually has a silvery background. Back. So, choose your adventure. I will see you there. Bye. Hello, brave red ribbon adventure people. So, you choose the red ribbon. I'm going to move the red ribbon over here because you have chosen it. And who is your animal companion today on this adventure? Let us see. Red ribbon people, who's the animal companion? You have a ram as your animal companion. I don't know what the number is for. I got this and it was a thing. Anyway, so ram. You have a ram on your animal adventure. So that's exciting, a tough ram. So now let's see the beginning of your adventure. So the ram, visualize the ram. See if you can go my heart to your heart with this ram and get a really, really good image of this ram in your head. Don't let the ram you in the head, but just really focus and just sort of gently visualize the ram standing before you, ready to help accompany you on this adventure. And so what's the first thing that you see on this adventure? It is, oh my gosh, 10 of Swords. So it's a state of exhaustion. You're coming upon a being that you know is you, represented by a state of exhaustion. So the ram is there. What does the ram have to say about the first thing that you see? So the ram says, you were on your journey. You were having your journey. You were just going about your journey and you were excited. You were excited to have like your first steps on your journey. On you go, like you're beginning something new and you were hoping to begin something even newer as you kept going. But you have to acknowledge this feeling that it's like a negative surprise, and it's something that you've also found out about yourself, that you actually need some stillness time. You can't just keep pressing onward and onward and onward, says the ram. You need to realize that this grinding to a halt that you've suddenly experienced, that was a negative surprise for you, but also teaching you something about yourself, this is what you need to do. This is something very important, the ram says, that you need to acknowledge this importance of stillness. Let the stillness come through. Through stillness comes clarity, says the ram. So, let's start laying out a splash reading, which is going to take you further into this adventure. So yeah, you were getting a lot out of this. You were actually in a situation with Yira, the harvest rune. You were actually getting a lot of profit. You were actually getting a lot out of your continued journeys and journeys forward and things that you have to do and that you were pushing forward on. You were like, yes, more, let's continue to harvest. You can't harvest all the time. The harvest is not going to be perpetual. You have to rest sometimes. So what does the ram say? The ram says, yes, this is a revelation. You were very, very happy and you're worried about your happiness now that this big revelation has happened, that you can't ignore that you're exhausted. What you want to do yeah, open up to this. Basically, this is something that's only going to get worse if you don't deal with it. So drop everything and tend the emergency of this, because in the past you were just pushing, but you can't do that always. You have to give yourself time to acknowledge A, that you're exhausted, and B, to get your energy back so that it will expand again. But you have to tend this. It's very important. So let's see where we are now on this journey, because that was this moment of past. You're totally focused on the journey. You want to go forward and continue with this journey going forward. Oops, I've just thrown one rune into the other ones. You want to continue with this journey and just go forward. So what does the Ram have to say about your journey? This moment that we are in. Okay, well, exactly what we just saw, and there's what we saw just now. This is beautiful. Okay, very good. Yeah, because again, speaking of Yira, and that you were doing really well, you were getting a lot of profit out of this, and you were afraid of stopping. You were afraid of stopping because you had momentum, so says the Ram. The Ram is like, yes, you want to drive forward, but this came up. We have, once again, Perthel reversed. This is the surprise, and you've learned about yourself, and you have to really turn inward and tend this, and really just turn away from the din of humanity for this. So right now, you're in a state of, you want to continue with your journey, but the way that you can continue with this journey, the only way you can continue with this journey right now is to give yourself a rest. And then, oops, I'm going to throw both of them. Actually, I really want to throw the last one down. Anyway, I'll talk about what's going to help and what isn't. So what's going to help you at this moment? You know, we kept seeing Perthel reversed. This is Perthel not reversed. So this is sort of, take a moment, because you're sort of trying to catch up with yourself. So you were pushing, and now your focus is on the journey, but you're exhausted. So you want to catch up with yourself. Give yourself the time to rest and recharge. And I'm actually going to throw one down. Yeah. Yes. Give yourself the chance to relax and recharge, because you sort of open up to your fate, like accept your fate, accept what your lot is. Hi, Kitty. Kitty's walking around the desk. Because this will open up to your source energy, which is what this poor individual in the picture is with all of the swords. That's energy. It's A, wiped out, but B, the swords are like the lightning rods that channel the energy in. And so if you do embrace this fate, it's like, yeah, okay, well, it felt negative, but it's all in service of the journey. So turn that around, basically make that be your fate, your exciting way forward, and embrace that as not a negative surprise, but as a positive thing that's going to help you get more energy to move forward, and then the energy will start flowing in. So what does the Ram have to say about what is helping you? Nice. Very nice. So yes, when you tend, says the Ram, when you drop everything to tend this emergency, it's going to help your strength. You're going to get your strength and your health back. Right now, it's like you feel very upset. You feel like you want to make things happen. You want to manifest, you want to manifest things that aren't right now viable. You're very upset. You want to keep going, but right now you have to tend the emergency. And from tending the emergency, says the Ram, you're going to get your strength back. What isn't going to help you is we have Thursday's reversed way down at the bottom, and then we have Lagu's reversed, which is emotion, intuition, and heart. It's reversed. It's basically what the Ram just said about you're quite upset about this. You're sort of really sad about it, and you're feeling like this is an impossible challenge. Thursday's is the challenge rune. This one's the water, so it's all the watery stuff, emotion, intuition, and heart. Let's see what the Ram says specifically about what isn't helping you. So yeah, it's basically the same as this. So embrace the revelation, and you will get the fruits of that labor coming through. You'll be getting the results of that once you embrace it. As soon as you accept, yes, I need to be taking a break, that'll come through. Because right now, when you're trying to make things happen, you're still going to be getting the reveal of, yeah, your barrel's empty at this point. You need to basically recharge. So bring yourself back up to where you're embracing it, and then through that, you're getting the energy that you need. This is crooked. Let me just change that a little. No, it's about the same. So what's our outcome in the path line? This is going to lead you to joy. You're going to be very happy about this. This is going to be, your outcome is going to be very good. So the ram, you turn to the ram, and the ram says, deep joy, because you've tended your emergency. And remember, in future, when you feel unhappy, see if there's not an emergency that you need to tend. It's a matter of focus. You want to, worrying about trying to make things be a way that they aren't, it's going to narrow your focus. You're going to basically not, you're not going to see the whole picture. But the whole picture is, if you're not happy, you need to tend your needs. And what this is going to lead you to is great joy. So we're coming to the other end of the door, the other end of this path. So what's the outcome card for this adventure that you have just taken? This magical mystery adventure that you have just taken with this ram. Yes. So you have heeded the call. At this point, by the end of this, you will have heeded the call, and you will be resurrected. You will be resurrected and back in the game and with energy and everything again. And the ram says, I should actually pull that. I was about to say the ram says I told you so, because I just did all this time. But what does the ram have to say about this outcome where you have been resurrected? Yes, exactly. So, very nice. Yeah, so there's a worry about worth. If you're not pushing, that you're worried that your worth will suffer, says the ram. But this is basically, maybe it's not in your comfort zone to give yourself a rest, but recognize when there's a big revelation happening that you need to pay attention to. And once you deal with that, your journey can continue. This journey that you're so proud of and that you love so much. And the ram says, that was a good adventure. So there we go, your magical mystery adventure, red ribbon people. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. From the ram and me. Bye. Hello, gold ribbon people. So you have chosen the gold ribbon for your adventure. I'm going to move the gold ribbon over here because you have chosen it. And I'm going to put the crystal on it because it seems to want to fall. So first, let's draw an animal companion for you on this adventure. You get the Salmon of Wisdom. This is very exciting. The salmon is very old and very wise. So let's start with, first of all, visualize the salmon. Imagine that you're meeting this salmon. Go my heart to your heart, salmon. And see if you can see this salmon in front of you, ready to accompany you on this journey. And the first thing that you see on this journey is the Knight of Wands. So you're ready to set off in pursuit of, driven by ideas and, not ideas, but communication and, yes, will, by your will and also ideas, but through communication. So what does the salmon have to say about this? First thing that you see, you turn to the salmon, and the salmon says, you would think that this has to do with making something happen, that this has to do with forcing something through your will. And through that, you would be creating a new home space. But, says the salmon, the most important thing is to tend, is basically, while you drive forward with your energy, is to tend the duties assigned to you by your heart. So let's see what the first step on your path is on this mystery adventure with salmon. I'm actually going to throw down that and the one before it, which is this. That's beautiful. You have come from a place of a bit of chaos, and you've basically looked at this and said, I'm going to do something about that. I'm tired of the chaos. I want to order things. So I'm going to harness my will, and we're going to drive forward and put things in order. We have Hagalaz, which is the rune of the hailstorm and chaos, the uncontrolled uncontrollables, and we have where we are now, which is Tivaz, which is Tears rune, which has to do with duties and responsibilities, but also driving forth. You've got energy to drive forward with. What does the salmon say about looking back at the chaos that you've just been through? Seek your deep inner heart, because there is your home. You may be disappointed with humanity at the moment. You may be impatient with them. They may have made you feel like you could be waiting forever for them to give you what you need. So seek your deep inner heart, because therein lies your home. So let's see what's helping you. Oh, wait a minute, we have one more message from the salmon. Where we are now with the Knight of Wands and the Tears rune. The Salmon of Wisdom says, you feel like rushing forward, but you're leaving your heart behind. The focus right now, as Tears rune says here, is to use that drive and that will to tend the needs that need it most and turn that into a focus. Focus on tending the needs you need most. It's a foundational thing. So let's see what is helping you at this point, right now. So we have Ansuz, which is the rune of communication and manifestation, and we have Vunyo reversed. Vunyo is the rune of joy. Reversed on the upper line is a deep inner joy. So you're going to be letting your deep inner joy flow through what you express while you drive forward and tend the needs that you know you need to tend. What does the salmon have to say, the Salmon of Wisdom, about what is helping you? You turn to the Salmon of Wisdom and say, yes. Tell me about what is helping me. You're still a little worried about the chaos that you rode forward to try to put order to. But through the chaos, you know, there were things coming through, and you're sort of worried about that not coming through if you're going to stop the chaos. But there are great revelations to be had if you work on tending these. This is no longer an emergency, so at this point, just be aware of what needs need to be tended. This is going to reveal itself to you inarguably. It's going to illuminate your entire field of vision, and through doing that, it's going to sort of overcome the chaos. And actually, I'm seeing this more as not so much the fruits of the labors as the time. It's like, how much time is it going to be that I'm going to have to deal with the chaos? And what the Salmon of Wisdom is saying here is, your needs are going to reveal themselves to you. You're not going to miss this call. Just tend those needs. Those will carry you forward and at the same time overcome the chaos. So what isn't going to help you in this moment when you ride forward to sort of bring order to chaos? To order to your chaos? You're worried about support, and you're worried about the things that overwhelm you. It's like you're sort of worried about this. Like, the needs are going to come up, they're going to overwhelm you, nobody's going to help me, is what you're worried about. We have Dagaz, which is the rune of the breaking of the day, so it's an illumination, but it's something that's a big revelation. And we have Algiz, which is the rune of protection and support. It's on the lowest line, so it's a worry, it's upright, so you're worried about what support you might have as these needs arise. Let's see what Salmon has to say, the Salmon of Wisdom. What Salmon has to say about what isn't going to help you, this worry about that you won't have help to deal with the needs as they arise. The Salmon says you're very resourceful. things may be heated. There may be a lot of heat. There may be a lot of blazing happening that is, that it seems like there's always something new beginning that is blazing into being, that is giving you heat that you have to deal with. But you are very, very resourceful. You are able to very creatively deal with any problem. And it's almost as though dealing with the problems brings solutions to the surface. It's like this is part of your skills, is to bring things up by, you create, and through creating, more things create themselves that help to solve your problems. So what's the outcome on this path with the runes? You will be able to open up more. Things will be able to expand. You'll be able to have more energy and ride forward. Oh, I should mention that this Knight of Wands is wearing salamander garment. Salamander has natural protection from heat, from the sun, and this is the sun. So you are actually protected by that, and you have the creativity and the will to go forward and make that happen. So let's see what the Salmon of Wisdom says about the outcome on the path line here of opening up. There we are. There we are. Very nice. And there's the sun again. So Vilo Tivas and Thurizaz and Alira. We have, the salmon would tell you that even though things are still hot and you feel like you're worried about your capacity of being able to ride forward continuously in the salamander armor, but what's going to help is step through that door. This is expanding, and there is an open doorway before you, and you can harvest more through that open doorway. There's more waiting for you through that is going to nourish you. Remember before you were worried about that your harvest wasn't going to be able to continue if you don't have the chaos? But you're stepping through the door. You are basically, you're rolling with the chaos. Is as a need arises, you tend it. And you're doing this very naturally, and you're doing very creatively and enjoying it. So it's on your terms that you are tending these needs. They're going to throw something at you, and you're going to very creatively shift into what you need. And you're going to step through this door with all of the energy and all of the connection to your deep inner joy that you went through with. And what is our final image that you see just as we're leaving this adventure with the Salmon of Wisdom? It's like you've met yourself. You've met yourself, and you're able to sort of come to terms with, you're coming to terms with your emotions and what all is going on with. It's like you feel protected. You are this connection, this agreement with yourself that you're having. And then once again we have, and this matches that. Let's see what the message is that Salmon has for you. So you're sort of, by the end of this, you are very much more in agreement with things. Things may seem chaotic, but you have that dance going on now. It is a dance that's going on. So what the Salmon says, they're parting wisdom as you go. You are very creative. As you create this clarity, you're going to feel a feeling of stillness and clarity that you haven't had before. It is going to, there's chaos again. It is going to overwhelm the chaos, and you may worry that the chaos is going to make you weak and that you're not going to have the energy or the strength to continue with that, but just keep creating. You love creating. The creating is actually giving you the energy that you need to continue and to sort of surf that chaos. And so you've come to an agreement. You're in a dance now. The clarity and the stillness will happen. You're not going to be running around as much. You're going to feel very natural, just creating, and through creating, getting the energy you need to move forward. And so that is the end of your magical mystery adventure. You wish a great thanks to Salmon, and you bow, or whatever you're going to do to honor the salmon who accompanied you with the salmon's wisdom. And that is your adventure. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time from me and Salmon. Bye. Hello, pink ribbon people. So let's move. You've chosen the pink ribbon for your magical adventure, your mystery adventure. So let's move the pink ribbon over here because you've chosen it. And let's reach into the bag and see what animal is going to accompany you on this adventure. It's very exciting. Who's going to accompany you with the pink ribbon? Pink ribbon adventure people. It's the boar. The boar is going to accompany you. Big tough boar. So let's see what your first thing is. So you visualize the boar, basically. Just sort of do like a my heart to your heart with the boar and just sort of focus. Imagine the boar standing before you, because this boar is about to help you going on this adventure. Let me straighten the pink ribbon. Pink ribbon. So first thing we're going to do is see the first thing that you see when you go on this adventure. This adventure of exploration. So the first thing that you see is many things appear to you, all of them enticing. Many paths appear before you, all of them exciting. What does the boar have to say about all of these wonderful things that have just appeared before you? Hang on a second, I've just realized I got my chocolate in my peanut butter. Okay. That's what happens when I have two rune bags going on. The boar is looking at this scene with you, and the boar has this to say about it. It's easy to be overwhelmed by all the possibilities of being human in the world. But what your focus is going to be on your own nature, and through that, you're going to learn your own worth. So let's see, your first part of the path is you're going to look back a little bit. You're just going to turn around and you're going to look back, and exactly, you were thinking about your worth recently. You were thinking about, as the boar says, you're going to find your worth by following your own nature. So what does the boar say when we look back? You're going to look back and and the boar is going to have some wise wisdom for you. And the boar is going to say, you want to make things a specific way. Maybe you have an idea of the things that you need things to be like. But this leads to stagnation and stillness. Turn away from the din of humanity and make agreements and exchanges with yourself. And that's how you're going to find the worth that you seek. So let's go back to where we are now, looking in at this image of all of these things that you're looking at as potential. Oh my gosh, perfect. So the whole question is your nature. You're looking for who you are and what your nature is. And there it is again. Beautiful. And the boar says, you're sort of tuning things out. You're sort of listening, and you're listening, and you're sort of trying to listen to what your heart is saying, which is good. That's important. Your focus, though, what's going to help you the most is to try to get in touch with your own natural energies, because through that, you're going to be able to connect with your source energy, and that's going to flow in and make things much, much better for you. So let's see what's going to help you on this path. Beautiful, because it's like right what the boar has just said. So to find your natural energies and your nature, sorry, this Hagalaz is the rune of the hailstorm, so it's natural forces, it's chaos, but it's also your nature. Focus on your source energy. You know what gives you energy. So tune into that. And through that, you're going to connect with your joy. And that's very, very exciting. So let's see what the boar has to say about what is going to help you. Hello, boar. So that's what the runes say, what's going to help. What does the boar say? You may feel like every new revelation means more work for you to do. But what's going to help you is turn inward and follow your inner spirit. Be patient. It's a long road. But if you follow your inner spirit, that's going to help you. And it's not going to feel like you're feeling as overloaded with work to do as you worried that you were. So what isn't going to help you? Wow, because that's exactly what the boar said a little while ago. We have Ansu's reversed and we have Isa. Basically, if you don't try to express who you are, you're going to be stuck. Isa's ice, and this is communication manifestation. It is reversed and it's on the lower line. So it's basically saying, if you just sort of like be unexpressive and don't tune into this. I mean, you're listening and that's fine, but there's only so much you can listen before. You have to have a balance between yin and yang. And you don't want to sort of keep yourself hidden and then get stuck. So let's see what the boar says about this. So there was a lot of time where, time has, you're going to worry about time that has passed and what time may be left. And you're worried that your heart might not have the time to express itself. But you're building a new world for yourself now, through which your spirit can run happily. So that's by following your true energy and your true spirit. So what's the outcome for the runes here? Yes, once you've found that, we have Tivas. Pick up and with your energy that you've drawn from source, that is fed by your joy, and drive forward. It's going to be new duties and responsibilities for you, but it's not going to feel like a chore because you have all this energy. So what does the boar say about this outcome? It's almost as though you're contradicting yourself, boar, but I know you're not. So it's basically listen to your inner voice. Your inner voice will lead you forward to your new duties, but these are duties that are fed by your own good energy, your own true energy. You're going to feel like you're going to worry about if I'm not running around all the time, I'm going to be unhappy, which is what this is the worry about. But really just listen to your inner voice, tune into that inner expression and that inner, this is like you're worried about it. You know what? I'm going to reread this as you're worried about trusting your inner voice. And if you worry about trusting your inner voice, it's going to lead to stagnation. And this is basically saying, no, listen to your inner voice. Your inner voice is going to guide you forward, and you can drive forward and have that new drive and new energy and go forward and tend your new duties, which are not going to feel like chores because they are all fed by your energy and your source energy and your joy ultimately. And this is going to lead you to, you're going to be in love with life. You're just going to be so much more in love with life than before. You're going to be very happy with who you are, and it's going to be wonderful. You're going to be very, very happy with who you are, with your new connection to your new energy. And boar, do we have a final word? A final word on the final step of this journey as your journey comes to a close with your animal companion boar. I mean, you're going to be concerned that about your support, about being supported, and you're going to be concerned, and that might keep you from moving forward with the energy that you would like to. But you are moving out of your comfort zone right now, And this is going to make you more aware of when something is wrong that you need to tend right away to make sure that you're okay with your energy. So that is your adventure, your magical adventure, mysterious adventure with an animal companion, which in this case was Boar. So thank you, Boar, for this lovely adventure and accompanied by you. There we go. Magical adventure. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. From myself and Boar. Bye. Hello, plaid ribbon people. So, plaid ribbon people, you have chosen the plaid ribbon. This is your adventure. So I'm going to put the plaid ribbon over here because you have chosen it, and let's see what animal companion is going to accompany you on this journey. The hawk. The hawk is going to accompany you on this journey. And so visualize the hawk. Imagine that you're standing before the hawk. Go my heart to your heart with the hawk until you can see it and feel it and hear it. And what's the first thing that you see on this adventure? Okay, so you have been worrying a lot lately. What does the hawk have to say about what is worrying you and the fact that you are worrying? So you're afraid. You're worrying so much that you're afraid to start anything. And this has made you stagnant. This has made you not move forward at all. The first thing that you want to do is tend your greatest needs. There are needs that are almost emergencies right now that you need to tend, and you know what they are. And the best thing you can do is just take that step to start tending them. Once you take that step, you are going to get the energy you need to continue. So let's start with the Rune Path. Okay, so there's chaos again in your past, but you've had a revelation. So let's see what the hawk has to say. As you look back at the past, you look back at the chaos that you've been through, and your hawk companion says, you're almost immobilized by some surprises that you had. Not all of them were even negative, but it was the feeling of just sudden, overwhelming change that has made you worry so much. And it, again, also has led you to a moment of stillness. The best thing you can do at this point is just be open. Be open and expect change, and be patient with yourself and with the change. So now the hawk and you are looking at where you are right now. This revelation that you really need to address, that you are worrying so much that it's really affecting you. So the hawk says to you, you are inwardly very strong. Look to that inner strength. You are worried about being supported. And because you're worried about being supported, you aren't moving forward at all. You're stuck. But again, look to your inner strength and look through that inner strength to find the source of your deep inner joy, because that's what's going to feed into your inner strength and help you to support yourself, so that even if you don't feel that you're getting the support you need, you still have the support of yourself, your inner strength, and your deep inner joy, says Hawk. So what is going to help you in this moment? So really seeing, I'm going to throw down what isn't helping you as well. So what I'm really seeing here is, it's just a fear. It's like you're shell shocked from all of the surprises. There's like so many things that have been happening that have been, life altering surprises lately. And you feel like, I can't handle one more. But embrace those. This is your life. Life is what comes to you, and among other things. And through that, you're going to be able to connect with your inner voice. Basically, deeply connect with your inner voice, and it's sort of your inner communication with the universe. This is a way that the universe is communicating with you, is by the things that come to you. So embrace that. What does the hawk say about what is helping you? that. Yeah, so there's a lot of overwhelm. We have Dagas and we have Sovilo. So it's the sun and the breaking of the day. It's a lot of overwhelm. You're feeling very, very overwhelmed. So what you want to do is have around you something that is like a sanctuary, a home, something that will give you solace. And through that, you will get the strength that you feel you need to handle the surprises. But have a base. Have something that can act as a base for you, even if it's just a mindset. Although this is not reversed, so this, I would say, is definitely have something physical around you that can speak to you in a way that will help you feel strong. What isn't going to help you? We have Thurizaz reversed and Othala reversed. So you feel like your challenges any challenges that you face, and you're worried about any challenge that comes up, even the relatively easy ones, they throw you off balance, they get you out of your comfort zone, and that drags you down. What does the hawk have to say about what doesn't help you? Yes. Even when the challenges feel impossible, embrace them. Embrace them as yours. They are part of who you are and your inner richness, your inner worth, your confidence. They'll build your confidence if you can embrace these challenges, even the ones that feel impossible. These things are going to blaze into being. They're going to fill your entire field of vision, and they're going to make you feel like it's one more thing I have to keep in mind, that I have to do, that I have another need I have to tend. But these are yours. It's like that old story about, everybody was asked to bring their problems and put them in a pile. And now everybody can basically take from the pile whatever problems you want and leave with them. And everybody just went and took their own problems again, because these are yours. These are your issues. These are yours specifically. And as you embrace them, you gain in confidence. You gain in confidence and you develop your deep inner worth, sense of deep inner worth more. So what is the last step on the path on the runes is you will find stillness and clarity. We have Isa, which is the rune of ice, and it has to do with stillness, but also clarity. And I see this as, you've been through all this worry and you've had to deal with all this chaos, and you're just dealing with just everything is overwhelming. But when you embrace it as yours, as your challenge, there is a stillness that comes. There is a clarity that comes through. And it's like, this is what I have. This is mine. And I can move forward with that. And so you don't feel as worried. You feel that you have a certain amount of solace and a certain amount of stillness. So what does Hawk have to say for you at this point? Embracing that it's yours alone. So you may feel like it's going on forever, and that your lack of momentum is, it just keeps going, and you feel like you're always waiting for the right moment to move forward, but then you don't move forward at all. So embrace the surprises. Embrace what is your fate, if you like. It's only for you. It's something that's uniquely for you. It's for no one else. And it's like your gift. You cast the lots. It's your gift. And embracing this, as it showed before, will lead you to better connection to your inner voice, better communication between you and the universe, and also a feeling of more stillness and more clarity than you've had before. So let's see what the last thing is that you and Hawk see on this adventure. I'm going to read this as you will have a renewed energy to go forward and address your personal issues that are coming at you. You will have renewed will and renewed energy and renewed ability to express yourself going forward. Even if it feels like everything is against you, you will have embraced this and you will move forward, and hopefully not everything is against you. I don't think everything is against you. And you can always call on Hawk in this situation. But you will have that renewed energy, and you may see that a lot of these, because this is Isa and these are sort of also Isa, a lot of these things that you sort of felt were against you aren't. They're just there. So you can actually move forward and see that you don't have to fight them. Maybe you don't have to fight them. So what does Hawk have to say about this final image that you're seeing on this adventure? Patience with yourself. Tend to your own needs. You may step out after all this worry and say, okay, now I'm going to step out. And you may think that everything is just negative out there. And you may feel tempted to stop again. You may feel tempted to not move forward again. But be patient with yourself. You know what needs are yours to tend. And that's what you need to bring your energy to. So says Hawk. So that is your magical mystery adventure with Hawk as your companion. Thank you to Hawk. And so I wish you a lovely day or evening from myself and Hawk. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, blue ribbon people. You have chosen the blue ribbon for your adventure. So let's move the blue ribbon over here because you have chosen it and you are moving forward onto your adventure. So let's see what animal companion is going to accompany you on this adventure, this exciting adventure. The bear. The bear is going to accompany you. Hello, bear. So visualize the bear. Picture yourself standing in front of the bear. The bear is only here in the spirit of health and wholeness and helping. It's a very helpful spirit of. It's a very helpful bear. It's a helpful bear. What's the first thing? Oh, visualize this bear. My heart to your heart, bear. Until you can see the bear, until you can feel the bear, until you can hear the bear. The first thing you see is this Queen of Cups on the beach with the chalice. So you are very much focused on nurturing emotion, intuition, creativity, and heart. What does the bear say? You turn to the bear, and the bear says, you are seeking a harvest. You're seeking a harvest within the time that you have. You will not be helped by trying to force this harvest. You can't make the corn grow by pulling on it. Look to yourself. You are able to stand up and support yourself and look inward and let your inner spirit guide you forward inwardly. So you look back, and this is where you've come from. I'm actually going to lay this one down and this one. You've come from there was a realization recently. We have Dagas, which is the rune of the breaking of the day, and you've had this revelation that has led you to this point. So what does the bear have to say about this revelation that you've had, this realization where it's just illuminated everything? Okay. You were facing a great challenge. It seemed impossible, but it seemed impossible, and that every time you tried to begin, you were hitting like a thorn wall. But what is helping you is you're learning things about yourself. And as you open up to learning these things about yourself, you are opening up to the voice of the universe, the voice of the divine, whatever divine is for you. Now, your current step is you are actually turning to face others in joy. We have Manas, which is the rune of humanity, and your part in it. You're looking to sing this song with humanity, so to speak. Your place in, not your place in like the know your place, but your place in humanity as far as who you can be that nurtures emotion, that nurtures intuition, and that nurtures heart in humanity. You see, says Bear, the unhappiness in the world, and that this is a great, if not impossible, challenge. But you want to birth something new in the world, and through that, you want to feel the richness of your life, and you want to bring richness into the world, and you want to feel your worth in the world by birthing something new in the world. So what is helping you? What is helping you in this moment? So basically we have Othala reversed. Othala is the rune of the home and the homeland. And reversed, it has to do with letting go of things that no longer serve you. Leaving your comfort zone for sure, but mostly just looking at what you had before and what you have around you, and letting go of things that don't serve you. And through that, you'll be able to tend your duties and responsibilities all the better. This is actually going to declutter things to the point where you're going to have the energy to go forward and do the duties that you need to do. So what does Bear have to say about what is helping you? Oops, drawing that. Yes. Things to do, a lot of emergencies. And you worry that you won't have time to finish them. You worry that you started this late. So express what is only yours to express. This is your challenge in the world, is to bring into the world something new that can help things, and that can be uniquely your song in the world. So what isn't going to help you here? So you're worried that you won't have the support that you need on this journey, and you're worried that this is going to be a hard journey. You're worried about the journey and that the support won't be there for you. What does Bear say about what isn't helping you, this worry that could drag you down? It always helps to have a plan, and then you can relax. You may feel like this is an endless task. You may feel that you're not up to it, that you're not worthy of it, and that this is something that is going to take a very, very long time. Make a plan. Make an agreement with yourself of what you want to do, and this will give you the clarity, that will give you a stillness of heart that will make you not worried as you move forward. So this is basically, you're worried that you won't have the support and that it's going to take forever. And what is going to help you is work on letting go of the things that no longer serve you, and let yourself be driven forward by then the duties and responsibilities that you have the energy to then go ahead and tend, and that will carry you forward. So what's the last rune in this spread? Focus. We have Kaunaz reversed. Kaunaz is the rune of expansion. It's the fire. It's something that starts small like an ember and goes into a blaze, but it is reversed and it's on the path line. So it's basically, things are going to hone focus. You're not going to have to worry about as much as you thought you would. It's going to be, you're basically going to narrow your field to just what you've made the agreement about with yourself, of what you're going to tend and what you're going to deal with. So what does Bear have to say about this last step on this particular path, on this particular adventure? There are emergencies. There are indeed emergencies, and you can't fight them all. You're worried about tending all of them. But turn inward and follow your inner spirit. Your inner spirit will show you that you are worthy, that you are that your life is rich, and this will help you. This will help you overcome this feeling that everything is an emergency that needs to be tended. Your spirit will show you what needs to be tended, and that's really all you have to pay attention to, and that corresponds to what the runes were saying here. So what's the last thing you see as you come to the end of this path with Bear on this mystery adventure? King of Wands. You will be more protected from the overwhelm of the blaze of fire, and you will have a stronger will, and you will be able to observe without letting it overwhelm you, which is really what was a problem before. this feeling of overwhelm. You'll be protected to a certain extent, and you'll have your task. You'll have what you want to, what you are focused on, and what you know you can help. So what does Bear have to say about the outcome of this adventure, where you have more will and are able to observe almost as though from above and not as affected by what you're seeing? Humanity has a lot of challenges. Some of these challenges feel impossible, but you have gained stillness and clarity, and you have what you need to express, what you have to express and bring through into the world that will help you. You know what your voice is. You know your voice in the song at this point, and this will give you stillness and clarity so you don't feel overwhelmed anymore. So that is your mystery adventure with Bear. Thank you, Bear. I wish you a lovely day or evening from myself and Bear. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, clear and golden ribbon people. So you have chosen the clear ribbon with the golden edges. So this is your adventure. We'll move this over here because you've chosen it, and this is your path. Let us find what animal companion is going to accompany you on this magical adventure. Bull. Beautiful bull. Solar animal. Lots of good energy. So see the bull before you. Visualize the bull before you. My heart to your heart bull. And feel this bull and see this bull. Visualize the bull until you can see the bull in front of you and feel the bull and hear the bull. And this is the helping animal that is going to come with you on this journey. So what's the first thing that you and bull see when you start this journey? The devil. So there's something that you are doing and that you have sort of committed to that is not in your best interest, and it's definitely not being true to your heart. But remember, and the bull would definitely remind you of this, that these are loose chains. You are not as trapped as you think you are, and you can lift these right off if you want to. So let's see what the bull has to say about this first thing that you're seeing as you start this adventure. Life is what you make it. You know what needs need to be tended. If you are not tending them, that's your choice. But you let yourself neglect the needs. You feel overwhelmed by the bigness of this. I'm going to say imaginary reality, but this reality that you've linked yourself to. It's overwhelming, and it can make you neglect your needs. It can make you neglect your duties. And remember that life is what you make it. You can tend your needs, and you must tend your needs. So let's see. Let's throw down some runes. When you look back, you were very heart-led. You were very, very led by your heart, your emotions, some of your intuition, but your heart really led you here. Where you are now is because of your heart. So as you and bull look back, what does the bull have to say to you about looking back and what you see? So your heart spoke loudly, and your emotions were overwhelming, and it wore you down to the point where you're in this situation. You have access. If you just would access your source energy, you would see that you have control over where you are and what you're doing. If you would just allow yourself to access what nourishes you, that would clear things enough that you would see that you do have control over where you are and where you're going, to a certain extent. So where are we now? Let's have the runes show us where we are in this moment. You are facing a challenge. The door is open. This is Thurizaz. Thurizaz is the rune of the challenge. It's a thorn, the giant, the gateway, and it is upright, so it's open. It's in your hands. What happens from this point on is in your hands, and that's what this is saying as well. You could remove these chains. You probably should. But it's in your hands. It's your choice. What does Bull have to say about this moment where you're at now? You've neglected your duties and to your duties to yourself, but also just basically what you know you need to do. And as such, you've stopped moving. Your movement has stopped. You've stopped moving. What will help you is remember who you are. Remember what it was like to look at people and have the joy as you look at people echoed back to you, reflected back to you. Look deeply and find that joy again. That's what's going to help you find your voice once more in the world. And this is going to help you get moving again. So what is helping you at this point? Journey home. Really, I think you've just gotten yourself into a situation where you might be feeling really stagnant, where you've sort of arrived here based on emotion, and you feel like you're stuck here, you're obligated to be here, and you're sort of stuck. But you're not trapped. It's not in your best interest, and you're not trapped. So think about your journey and maybe resume your journey, whatever journey you were on before you got sunk into this obligation moment. And through that, start constructing around you what feels like home more, what feels comforting and more like a sanctuary and more like solace for you, and to sort of gather around you what feels like a truer home state for you in terms of what is going to nourish you and what is going to take care of you. And as you move forward in your journey, something that's truer to you. So what does Bull have to say about what is helping you? What is going to help you at this point as you face this open door that is this challenge? Again, we have Raido and we have Manas reversed, Ivaz and Alki's reversed. Bull would say it's almost easier to keep the momentum of what you're doing, but this doesn't support you. Resume your journey and don't listen to what other people are telling you is your obligation. So just like this, resume your journey towards home and you'll step through this door without any effort. What isn't helping you in this moment? You're afraid, say the runes, that you might be afraid that people will turn against you if you make a change at this point. You're worried about what negative things people are going to be saying about you. You're worried about being met in not happiness. And then what will you have? You're worried that if people turn against you, you won't have anything. So that's a worry. If that starts to be the case, bring yourself back up to, no, you know what, I have to be true to myself. I have to move with my own truth and I have to resume my journey. And this is always going to be led by my sense of what home should be, my sense of what I need to be comfortable, my sense of my truth and my sanctuary and my solace. What does Bull have to say about what isn't helping you? Patience. You must be led by your true nature. You could be overwhelmed by even the goodwill of people, but it will keep you from moving forward. So be patient, take it step by step, one step at a time forward, keep moving forward, and let your own nature inform you. Be true to yourself. Now, what's the last rune on this path of this adventure? You will connect with your source energy. Past this challenge that you're facing, past this open doorway, is the source energy that you miss and that you seek. So let's see what Bull has to say about the sun. I imagine Bull will have good things to say about the sun because Bull is a solar animal. When you tap into your own true nature and your own natural energies, you will have great confidence in the world. Other people will try to tell you what makes you happy, and they will try to tell you things, but you know you have the confidence and you hear your own true nature. So don't let other people tell you what makes you happy. So let's see what the last thing is that you see, that you and Bull see as you come to the end of this magical journey today. So you may still have to deal with people telling you what to do, but you can become this for yourself. You can come from this home that you've been working towards, and you can say, no, I am going to speak for myself. I'm going to tell myself what is right for my spirit and what is right for my life. I'm going to develop faith in myself and tell myself what my own rules are going to be. Because you've tapped into your source energy, says Bull, you now have a full sense of your own worth and your own richness, the richness of your life. Keep tapping into your source energy, because this is what's going to keep your connection with who you really are and what you're really worth. People are going to try to keep you in chaos, because this keeps an exchange coming into them. This is Hagalaz, which is the chaos, it's the hailstorm, and this is Gabo, it's the gift. So people are getting something out of you by keeping you in chaos. But, says Bull, connect with your source energy, the sun of your life, sun, S-U-N, and this will keep you in connection with your worth and your wealth, your inherent wealth. So that is the adventure that we have just had, your magical adventure with Bull as companion. Thank you, Bull. And so we wish you a lovely day or evening from myself and Bull. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, brown ribbon people with the silverback. You have chosen the brown ribbon, and this is your adventure, your magical adventure that you are going to be going on. So I'll move that over here. Let's see what animal companion you are going to have on this adventure who is going to give you wisdom. Stag. The stag will accompany you on this adventure. So visualize the stag. Say, my heart to your heart, stag. And do this, breathe with the stag until you can see the stag before you, until you can hear the stag, until you can feel the stag. As you start your adventure with the stag, what's the first thing that you see? Let me show you the card that has the first thing that you see on this adventure with stag. You are riding forward, driving forward, driven by ideas and energy. Very exciting. What does the stag have to say about this? The wild sky above you with birds. Ooh. Interesting. You have recently felt like you weren't supported the way that you wanted to, and that if you left this alone, that it would only get worse. So you have decided to take matters into your own hands, embrace your challenge, even if it's an impossible one, and drive forward to tend your needs, especially the emergencies. So you and the stag take a moment and look back. When you look back, you see that you're really coming from a place where you had a comfort zone, that you were in sort of a much more comfortable situation. You hadn't left your comfort zone. Maybe this was stagnating a little bit. What does stag have to say about this? Things went on and on and on. And it's really called to your attention, your energy. You're really questioning your energy. There's a lot of heat, but also where your energy is coming from. You needed to start a journey, and you needed this journey to be something that was going to tend your inner needs. So where are we now? we turn back around and we take a good look at where we are now. We have Ingvaz. Ingvaz is the rune of active creation. It's Ing's rune. Ing's another name for Frey. Frey's the fertility god. So right now, you are taking matters into your own hands. You are saying, right now, I'm going to, make the day is what I make it, and I'm going to make it. So what does Stag have to say about where we are now, this moment in the adventure? Again, things were just going on and on without change, and you felt sort of stubbornly stuck. That's not going to help you if you sort of stay stuck where you were. You are confident now, and you want to develop a new you. There's a new you being born and being formed right now that is going to be born through this adventure that you're going to have. So be confident, have confidence, be brave, and let's make the world what you need it to be. What is going to help you at this point? Okay, ultimately you're going to let your joy guide you. The joy is going to overcome all negative emotions, but you're going to reach deep inside and access your heart. We have Laguz reversed. Laguz is the rune of the lake. It has to do with emotion, intuition, and heart. It is reversed, but it's on the upper line, so it's deep inner, your deep inner emotions, your deep inner heart, and that's through tapping into that, you're going to access your joy. Your joy is going to flow through. Also, if this does have to do with acknowledging negative emotions, which it might, because these are important as well, you're tapping into the communication that your emotions are having with you. The emotions are important communication. And once you become aware of that, your joy is going to be easy to connect with. And this is going to flow through your awareness, your emotional awareness. As you move forward and say, okay, I'm taking matters into my hands, I am going to create things, and I need to be in connection with that part of myself, which is going to give me the energy and the help to be able to make things what I need them to be. What does Stag have to say about what is helping you? Beautiful, beautiful. Oh my gosh, beautiful. The world is wild and untamed, and it seems as though there are countless needs to take care of in the world. Tap into your source energy. Tap into what nourishes you. This is the sun. So whatever the sun is, whatever the source energy, whatever you're getting your source energy from. And through that, your joy will flow. And this will help you deal with the wildness of the world. And not necessarily tame it, but to be able to ride through it with great energy and to have a certain amount to control what you can in this wild and trackless world. So what isn't going to help you at this point? Let's see. Yeah. The worst thing you can do is nothing at this point. We have Isa, which is the rune of ice. It has to do with standstill and stagnation. And it's basically because you're worried that there's so many steps ahead of you with Ivaz here, that you don't move forward at all. It's sort of, and it's even in terms of the top runes always being the antidote to the bottom runes and also being opposite. It's like you have embraced, to help you forward, you are embracing your emotions, the good and the pleasant and the unpleasant, and through that you are accessing your joy, and that's giving you the energy to know that you can fix what you can, to know that you're going to control what you can control, and you're going to make your life based on that. You're going to be able to control what you can. You're going to be able to have life be what you make it based on what you do have access to. And that includes all of your emotions, whether they're positive or negative feeling, because through that you're going to access your joy. And in the same way, if you're not facing that, if you're sort of freezing that out, it's going to feel like it's just endless. It's like this endless path ahead of you with nothing, with no riches, no richness to it, no joy. And if you never move forward, you're never going to access this. So that's what's going to drag you down, is if you feel like you're not going to move and you're just going to stay in place. It's just going to feel like how many steps left. I don't know that I can stand it. So bring yourself back up to, no, you're embracing your whole self. You're embracing your energy. You're embracing your emotions. And this is going to carry you forward and show you that you can do, and you do have the energy to do what you feel like you need to do. So what does Stag have to say about what isn't helping you here? Your challenge is your challenge. And this is part of who you are in the world. This is your note in the song. You may feel like the steps before you are endless and that you're afraid to start because you're worried that you don't have the energy for all those steps. But this is you. This is your song. This is your part in the song. Embrace the challenge. It's yours. Sing your song. Be who you are in the world. You are essential in the great song of the world. So what's the last rune on this spread? There's your challenge. There's your challenge. You're going to be able to face your challenge and step through it. We have the Thurizaz, which is the rune of the challenge. It's the Thorn, the Giant, the gateway. It is upright. The door is open. It's an easy challenge for you to step through. It's just, you just have to have the will to do it. And you do have the will to do it. What does Stag have to say about that? There you are, the 2 manifestation runes. Very exciting. You're going to be tempted to not take on the mantle of your part in the song. And this will lead you to stillness and stagnation. You will feel like you won't be able to move. If you don't embrace this, you won't be able to move forward. So sing out, manifest. Create what you can. Create, manifest. Sing your song in the world. That's the message from Stag here. And when you come to the end of this journey, the last thing that you see with Stag, the last image that you see on this magical adventure, King of Pentacles, your life will be more rich than you've ever imagined it to be. Not necessarily with money, although that's possible, but just with the richness of it. And this is because you embraced your emotions, the positive and the negative. You embraced this, and through that has flowed your joy. And you have been able to create what you can with what you have. And your life will be very, very rich indeed. What does Stag have to say about this last thing, about this last image in your mystery adventure? It's not just about running forward, running away from the needs that you need to tend. You need the clarity, and through the clarity of creating, you're creating, and through the creating, you're getting this clarity, the clarity of the richness. It allows you stillness. It allows you stillness that you didn't have before. Not this kind of stillness where you've frozen out your other parts of yourself, your negative emotions. Not this stillness where you're not moving forward. But this allows you, once you get through this door, this allows you not to feel like you have to rush around so much, because you have around you all the richness that you could ever want, because you embraced this. And you will continue to create. This is a perpetually creating and unfolding You're continually creating things that are going to bring more richness to your life and more wonders and more joy. And you don't feel like you have to rush anymore. You're just continually creating. So that is your magical mystery adventure with Stag. Thank you, Stag. I wish you a lovely day or evening from myself and Stag. Take care till next time. Bye.